What's up, buddy? Mega here. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. This video is an update video on the new update that came out today, which is, as you probably know, the Buzzy Bees update, I believe. And basically, the main addition in this update, it's a bit small. The main addition is bees. And as you can see, there's a bunch roaming around. Totally naturally spawning in this very natural world. I totally didn't spawn them in like that. Anyway, so of course it added quite a lot of things, like mainly having to do with honey and bees, but then some other smaller things. And I know I missed out on a few, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, let me just put this stuff over here. So, let's just start because I don't want to trail off too long as I always do. So, big thing is bees. As you can see, we have a bee right here. So the bees' way of acting is they'll fly around looking for flowers usually, like this guy is doing right here. And eventually they will get covered in pollen, which then they will return to their beehive or bee nest, which is in new blocks. And they'll deposit the pollen there, and eventually it will create honey, as you can see. So if you were to take, if you were to take the shears and steal honeycomb from their place, then one thing is, if I were to be in survival, they would try to kill me. Yeah, it's pretty painful. But they will all try to attack me, and then, ow. Doing that, they will lose their stingers, which unfortunately they will eventually die. And, yeah, because they don't have their stinger. But also you can steal honey from them with a water bottle, or not a water bottle, just a glass bottle. Get that? You can see I just stole some glass bottle, not honey from them. And so what this can do is, I think it can cure your poison, and it gives you saturation, and it might do a couple of other things, but anyway, something else that you can do is, you can craft this honeycomb stuff into honeycomb blocks. Just, oh, one of them just died there. You can just do that, and then you get your honeycomb, and then you can place it down however you want. Bees will follow you around if you have a flower in your hand, and then you can breed them, and then they make a baby bee. But anyway, so these you can craft. I'm gonna get a bunch of angry bees, but you can craft them and carry them around, and bees will get angry if you break your home. So if I were to break this, he's gonna come. For the bee nest, if you break it barehanded without silk touch, then it will, of course, stop hurting me. It will, of course, break and you will not get it. And then here, because I built it, it will not. I will get the drop. So let's say that there's honey in there and there's bees in there, of course. And you, oh, hello there. And you want to take some honey without getting them angry, you can just put a campfire under there, and then they will not bother you. So here's an example of a beehive that was found in the wild. I've just found it. So they will just spawn usually in plains biomes or flower forests. They will spawn under a tree, and there will be bees around it that scour for flowers to then come back. And yeah, it's small, but it's quite interesting. It makes the game more realistic. But if you get 4 of these honey bottle things, let me go back into creative so that I stop dying. If you get 4 of these, then you can make a honey block, which is probably the most the biggest block in the game, the biggest game changer. Because what this does is it will not stick to slime blocks, but it will stick to everything else that is not movable. So as you can see, this is like, this takes everything. This can come and steal it, but it doesn't, they don't communicate, basically. You can also like slide on it, slows you down, of course, and you can't jump on it, really. I mean, you can jump a little bit, but you can't jump much. And then you can also get moved by it, unlike a regular block, as you can see, or as a regular block that would not work. And of course they move items as well. Yeah, so they also do another thing is you can slide on them. So if just wall, this could be used in parkour and stuff. It's pretty fun, and then you can throw items. That was a really bad throw. And they'll slide across them. So you'll see all over online, especially YouTubers like Mumbo Jumbo who've made all sorts of videos just about honey blocks, making their amazing redstone contraptions. I probably left out some stuff in there, but we're moving on because of time. So another thing, not bee related, is the iron golems. So now they have a damage indicator. So depending on how damaged they are, they will have a it will show them cracked more and more. And so as they fight mobs, you'll know when they're damaged or not. And so you can fix this by basically right-clicking on them with iron, and then slowly they will repair themselves. So it's pretty cool. You can now heal iron golems without a potion of healing, which is nice. Another thing, so now the bells, these little things, can be powered by redstone, which is nice. And then you can make very annoying clocks just to bother your friends, which I haven't done yet. But okay, anyway, moving on. So they have a couple of new game rules. They have immediate respawn, do immediate respawn. So game rule do, and then if you were to say true, then every time that you kill yourself, you do not get the death screen. The next game rule is do insomnia, which basically, I'm not going to show this one because it would be too hard to show. It makes it so that if it is enabled, then phantoms will spawn eventually if you don't sleep, and then if it's not enabled, then they won't spawn. So it's basically making your game easier or not. And then drowning damage, like you guessed it, you won't drown in water. So I am in creative right now, but if I were to go in survival and then game rule, it's drowning damage false. As you will see, I will not take any damage. And then if I were to set it to true, I will take damage. So next one is fire damage. Now I don't know where my fire went, but we're gonna make another one. I'm just gonna summon lightning here, unless they change this. So as you can see, I am not taking any fire damage, which is pretty nice. And then the last one is fall damage. So in this case, you guessed it, you wouldn't take fall damage. False. And I'm stuck in this hole now. Some more little things. There are new commands. I don't really understand them yet because I haven't played around with them. Slash schedule seems to have to do with, I don't know, like functions and stuff, and I haven't really gotten into that. I really should, but I haven't. And then slash spectate is just, I don't have any friends, so I haven't been able to spectate any friends. I'll probably test it out eventually, but right now I haven't been able to test them out. There's probably more, I just forgot to list them. So there are new accessibility settings in the accessibility settings, obviously, where now what you can do is you can have a sneak toggle. So right now I am not holding my sneak bar. It just happens forever. And I can press it again, and then I press it once, and I press it again. So yeah, it's weird. It's kind of hard to, process. So I don't know, this could be useful if you're building something and you don't want to be putting your finger on shift the whole time. So you'll just press it once, but then it can glitch out if you forget about it. And yeah, so I don't know if I'd have that on. So I'm going to put that back, but actually I'll keep it on. But you can also have sprint toggle so that every time that you press sprint, it will not undo if you bump into something. Let's say I bumped into that, it just immediately starts. I'm not pressing any button. And then of course with this now you can actually do sprint crouching, which is kind of funny to see because you have the particles going even though you're not moving really quickly. Next thing. So now fireworks being shot out of dispensers are directional, which means that whatever direction you fire the dispenser in, it will go that way. So as you can see, it can go down. That one, no, it's not out. What? Is it because of this? Okay, there we go. I think it was being blood powered or something, but you get it. They're directional. The next thing is now when you right click a bed, you don't have to sleep in it to set your spawn. You just right click it, and then in the chat it says respawn point set. Yeah, so now if I were to die, it would just set me there without having to sleep in the bed. Now, with villagers, a little change has been added to where at nighttime, so let's say I really need to set these things up better, but the villager is going to steal your bed, and it's like, no, that's my bed. So now what you can do, you can right click them, and you kick them out of the bed. So now it's my bed. You're going to have to find your own, buddy. Okay, I could have also used those, but whatever. Another thing is now the nitwit villagers, in other words the generic green ones, do not have a belt on them, like in the front, because as you probably noticed before, they had a little belt indicator like all the other regular villagers have, but that would never change because they do not have trades. Another change has been happened. Let me change it to day again. Now you can actually eat food in creative mode, which is, I don't really know why you'd use it, but you know, it's a fun change nevertheless. You can eat cake, you can eat cooked rabbit, and really just any food, because you used to not be able to do that. There are also a small thing, but new borders around the game buttons. As you can see, it used to be highlighted in blue, and now it's like a white border, which I it's gonna take a little bit to get used to, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so another thing that has been added is you can actually now put in armor stands through... Spencers can basically spawn armor stands, which is nice. I don't know exactly where you'd use this, maybe in some map of some sort, which is cool. It's like, hey, here's an armor stand, jump scare, and then it pops up. And there's also new advancements, such as total bee location, where you move a bee nest with 3 bees inside using silk touch, and then be our guest. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new and you like my content, leave a comment, I'll reply to you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, you also have a hand in animation when you throw things.